then they are brothers or they are sisters. Right? Let's say if he suckled with some, let's say, for instance, Khadija, his daughter, suckled at the same time as Abdullah, 5 times from his wife, then Abdullah can never marry, what's his name again? Khadija. Right? 5. But after that, it has been removed to be 10 times, whereas the suckling, the baby has to be full. Meaning the baby has to suckle until he got his fill. So that was removed. Both the text and the ruling of the 5 was removed. Now, so therefore he mentioned here, Hafidhahullah, he said, because that if لأن استقبال الجهد بعد النسخ استقبالها لا يكون طاعة لله. If facing a direction has been abrogated, right, meaning being replaced, if it has been abrogated, then facing that same direction, the initial direction, can never be obedience to Allah. You understand? If facing Jerusalem was abrogated by facing the Kaaba, then facing the Jerusalem will no longer be an act of worship to Allah. La yu'tabar ibadah. It will never be an act of worship. Doesn't matter how fervent you are. Doesn't matter how much of strength you have in it. La hada la yakun ibadah abadan. It will never be an act of worship. Sometimes it's good to open your notebooks and just read randomly certain things. So he mentioned Hafidhahullah, فالعمل بالمنسوخ وترك الناسخ ليس طاعة لله عز وجل. Likewise, abandoning what abrogates for what was being abrogated, that can never be act of worship. Abandoning what abrogates for that which was abrogated, this cannot be act of worship. What is the act of worship in here? It is to act in accordance to what abrogates, not of what has been abrogated. So what abrogates is what? Facing the Kaaba. What was being abrogated was what? Facing Jerusalem. وإنما هو تاعا لهوى والعصبية. So it is only following one's desire. It is following one's desire. So a desire can be a God. Right? A desire can be a God to a person. That's why we mentioned that La ilaha illallah can it be defined as there is no God but God. Because you have many other gods that are out there. Ain't Buddha a God? Buddha, is he a God?
No.
He's not a God? No, look, that doesn't matter. We ain't going to discuss about whether right or wrong. We say, is he a God? He is a God because he's being worshipped. Is he a true God? Now here is the nizar. He is not a true God. But he is a God to them. Yes, he's not a true God. Yes, he doesn't have no deity. But they take him as their gods. So for them, he is their God. Right? So that's why we say, La ilaha illallah, there is no deity or no God worthy of worship in truth but Allah. So he mentioned it is only following one's desires, following one's fanaticism, wal-asabiyya. He said, فَالْبِرْ مُتَعَلَّقٌ بِطَاعَةِ اللَّهِ. So righteousness, it is only linked with obedience to Allah. فَحَيْثُ وَجَّهَكَ. He say, wherever you have been directed to face, he say, تَتَوَجَّهَ, that you face that spot. He say, إِن كَانَ مُحَقًّا فِي عُبُودِيَتِكَ لِلَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. If you are truly, إن كان إن كنت بعد إن كنت if you are truly, right, a true worshipper of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are truthful in regard to your servitude with Allah, wherever Allah face you or command you to face, this is where exactly you will face. You won't say, well, I'm not no Arab, I'm not going to face Mecca. Right? I'm not no Arab, I'm not going to face no Mecca. Right? You ain't going to say that. But rather Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded you to what? To face the Kaaba. So you face the Kaaba. Because of what? It is a command of Allah. If we were commanded to face again Jerusalem, then what do you say? We will all what? Face Jerusalem. Why? Because it's the command of Allah. So don't say I'm not from Jerusalem, I'm not going to face it. I'm not from Mecca, I'm not going to face Kaaba. I'm going to face Gambia. I'm not no Arab, I'm going to face Gambia, man. Right? Nobody in the sound mind will say that.
But the Yahudi on their day, they still facing the...
Yes, they still face Jerusalem.
What about the people praying inside there?
Inside where?
In the Bajma?
Who? The Muslims?
Yeah.
La, the Muslim?
Yeah.
La, who are you? Ha'ulai, the Kaaba. But the Yahud, they are facing Jerusalem. And they were commanded to face where? The Kaaba. So they are the Yahud, they, yes, that's why you find them on the Wailing Wall, like this, right? So he mentioned Hafidhahullah, and this is the conclusion of this part. He said, this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, لَيْسَ الْبِرَّ, and it is not of righteousness, أَن تُوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ قِبَلَ الْمَشْرِقِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ, that you either facing west or east. That's not what is important. That's not what is righteousness. But rather, وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرَّ, what is the true faith, the true birr, the true righteousness? It is man amana billah. It is the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that one has. He said, دَلِيلُ الرُّكْنُ السَّادِسِ min arkan al-iman. Now the second point of reference in this, وَالدَّلِيلُ الْقَدْرِ قَوْلُهُ إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدْرٍ. Inshallah ta'ala, our next class will read that. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ وَسَلَّمَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ وَعَلَى آلِهِ وَصَحْبِهِ أَجْمَعِينَ. If there was any mistake that I have done, please rectify me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rectify you. And on another note, like on Friday, when I mentioned today, right? When I mentioned about that Umar radiyallahu anhu was in the Jannah, that the messenger heard his footstep in the Jannah, I had Bilal in my mind. But at that point on, a person that is in the congregation, it is permissible to rectify the khatib during the khutbah. It is permissible to rectify the khatib during the khutbah. When I was praying in the salah, I felt like there was something that was wrong. And I remember that, okay, I say something about Umar, but it was not Umar, it was Bilal. So if the person, alhamdulillah, he hears a mistake from the khatib, whether it is a verse in the Quran or a name or the likes are like this, then he has to rectify it. So let's say when I say Umar and it was not Umar, it was Bilal, طيب, that perhaps everybody had in their mind, wow, this, it's Bilal, it's not Umar. At that point on, the person can say Bilal. Right? He can say Bilal, and this is not to contradict his salah. No, mubasharatan. Mubasharatan. You can just say Bilal, or you mean Bilal. Things like this to make him aware. So, he will not, alhamdulillah, go. But alhamdulillah, that Allah allow us to, on point, understand it. No, you don't have to point a finger. You can just say Bilal. Because at that point, a person in the congregation can talk to the khatib. A person can talk to the khatib, but nobody can talk in between them while the khutbah is being given. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. أحسن الله